Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Convocation Center for a non-conference matchup between the Falcons of Fairmont State and your California Vulcans. I'm Doug Glackey, and alongside me is Nolan Weisslein. And Nolan, we have quite the matchup of women's basketball tonight between two non-conference opponents who have not played each other in quite a while.
Yeah, quite a matchup here between both teams, Doug. The Vulcans took on number 5 Virginia Union this past Wednesday night and defeated them 82-80 as the Vulcans were led by 15 points in the third quarter, which had 4 different players scoring double digits and tallied 22 assists and 27 field goals. So we're going to see if the Vulcans can continue that success tonight.
That's right, Nolan. Obviously, lots of contributions all around. Huge effort Wednesday night by senior guard Monica Burns, who put up 21 points against number 5 Virginia Union. How do you think that they can really build upon the momentum they've built so far early this season?
You know, Doug, I think that the Vulcans just need to come out with a strong start like they did that past Wednesday, firing from all ranges. And during Coach Strom's show at the beginning of the year, she talked about that we'd be shooting a lot more bombs, as she called it, so a lot more three-pointers. So the Vulcans can hit that, and we saw those Wednesday night. I think they'll have continued success throughout tonight and the rest of the season.
That's right. And speaking of Coach Strom, 2 of her former players are coaching tonight for Fairmont State. First-year head coach Stephanie Anderson and assistant coach Mickey Glenn coaching tonight for Fairmont State, both California products and very successful under Coach Strom.
Yeah, great. 2 great players and former coaches here. So it's great to see this matchup, and maybe those 2 will have to see what they may know about Coach Strom and be able to fire back at Coach Strom what she may have to put forth to this Vulcans team.
Yeah, we will have to see, but a fun fact, in the last meeting in 2013, Mickey Glenn scored 10 points and had 4 rebounds off the bench for the Vulcans. So that it's really been quite a while since these 2 have faced off. As we get underway here, the Vulcans win the tip-off. Bianca Jasper getting ready to run the point here. Here's Jasper working it up the court. Pass to number 25, Monica Burns, goes up for 3, and it is a good shot there by Monica Burns.
Who else but Monica Burns starting her night off already with a 3.
That's right, really working on what she started Wednesday night against Virginia Union. Now here is Fairmont State, shot up, no good, rebounded by number 20, Shauna Harrison. Jasper working it back up the court for the Vulcans. Passes it to Burns, who gets into a bit of a double team. Works it over to Brianna Allen. Allen getting contested inside, and there is going to be a foul call here on the Vulcans, and Fairmont State will retain possession.
Yeah, forcing that turnover there on Brianna Allen, and it's just something that the Vulcans will need to get used to throughout the rest of this game, just that high pressure that these opposing teams put on them.
Yeah, you can see there's quite a bit of double team action early, as here is number 24, Gracie Lamb, trying to put up a shot for Fairmont State.
Yeah, and I thought that was a clean one, but actually it was a charge, so we'll go the other way here.
Ended up being a charge as Bianca Jasper and the Vulcans retain possession. Jasper working it up the court now, trying to get a play ready. You see Sidiana Nagatu moving around inside, trying to get an open space. Back to Harrison for a 3, no good. It's going to be a on-the-floor foul. Looked like there was quite a bit of contact there on number 30, Sidi Nagatu.
Yeah, once again, and actually that was on Fairmont there, Doug, on number 14, Sierra Kochman. So, just all-around rough play to start this one.
Yeah, a little bit. Things are getting a little bit shaky on Fairmont State's side early, that is for certain, Nolan. As Shauna Harrison puts up a 3, and that is in and out of the net, no good. Brianna Allen trying to grab the offensive rebound, but steps out of bounds, and Fairmont State will regain possession. Here's number 24 for Fairmont State, Gracie Lamb, working it up the court again. Gets a pass off to number 2, Cameron Weimer. Here's number 3, Brooke Kurtz puts up a shot. It's no good. Rebounded by number 25, Monica Burns. Here's Burns working it back up the court now. Passes it to Allen. Burns again going over to Jasper. And Jasper's foot was on the line, and she is out of bounds.
Yeah, it was great to see Monica Burns, always that playmaker type of style, Doug, that you never know what she's going to do. Is she going to take that 3, the 2, or pass it? And there she found a wide open Bianca Jasper, just unfortunately caught that edge of the line there, so they called it out. But great play overall.
Absolutely. She's an all-around playmaker, and that is for certain. As Lamb works it up the court once again for Fairmont State, running the point this evening. Passes it to number 14, Sierra Kochman. Over to number 3, Brooke Kurtz, who puts it up for a 3, which is no good. Rebounded by number 25, Monica Burns. And Burns takes it up the court now. Gets a little bit of defensive pressure, finds Jasper. Jasper passes it over to Brianna Allen. Allen to Nagatu. And Nagatu is driving inside. Layup no good. Rebounded by Allen. Put back. And it is no good. Rebounded by Fairmont State as Kurtz takes it up the court now. Layup no good. Rebounded by Nagatu. Here's Jasper now working it up the court. It's contested a little bit by Lamb. And Jasper will step back and try and get things working, try and get a play going here for the Vulcans here as Monica Burns puts up a 3. It's no good. Rebounded by Nagatu. Burns going back to that 3 ball. No good once again. Rebounded by Jasper, who tries to put up a putback layup, and she will be fouled and be going to the line for 2 shots.
Yeah, great attempts there by Monica Burns, but great rebounding there as well by both Shauna Harrison and Bianca Jasper to be able to continue that pace. And I think something that I've noticed, Doug, so far throughout the beginning of the season is the pace of play. Previous season, we haven't seen this as much, and this team this year is very fast, so being able to keep that pace of play up, something key.
First shot is good by Jasper, and I couldn't agree with you more. This is it's unorthodox for California being fast-paced and getting those 3s going as the second shot drains for Jasper. It is now 5-0 in favor of the Vulcans with about 6.5 left to play in this first quarter. As Fairmont State works it up the court, number 14, Sierra Kochman with possession, passes it over to number 2, Cameron Weimer. Back to Kochman. Now here's number 3, Brooke Kurtz getting a layup up, and it is a good shot, 5-2 now. And Fairmont State is now on the board as Jasper works it up the court. Jasper getting in a bit of trouble here with that double team by Fairmont State. Passes it out to Burns. Shauna Harrison wide open in the paint. Good read there by Monica Burns to get that pass off to Shauna Harrison.
Yeah, Shauna, if they're going to begin that type of thing, Shauna Harrison, they're that double team, they're going to be wide open the entire game, Doug.
Absolutely. As Fairmont State tries to work a pass inside into the corner, and it goes out of the hands of Cameron Weimer. California will regain possession here as Burns inbounds it to Jasper. And Jasper is going to take it up the court, going to take her time trying to get going, passes it to Nagatu. Nagatu passing it off to Burns, who finds herself in a bit of a double team, runs through the double team for a jumper.
Yeah, great play there by Monica Burns, just able to push through the middle and pretty much take it from a foul shot line. We've seen her at the foul shot line. She's near to perfect every time.
That she is, Nolan, that she is. As Fairmont State regains possession here, here's Kochman working inside for a layup. No good, rebounded by Nagatu. Nagatu passes it over to Jasper, and Jasper carries it up past the half-court line. Jasper working it inside, passes it back to Nagatu. Nagatu finding Shauna Harrison near the foul line. And it looks like it is going to be out of bounds, and the Vulcans are going to retain possession.
Yeah, I mean, it's great overall play here by the Vulcans. Early up 9-2 here. And I think, look at the tail of the tape here for the Vulcans as they almost put up 80 points per game while Fairmont State's only there at 72. But then Fairmont's given up almost 72 per game as well, which is a large margin for them. For the three-point line, Doug, something very large that we haven't seen in the past for the Vulcans, up there at 40% so far in the season. But Fairmont State down there about 8 below them at 32. And something else is that the Vulcans commit about 7 steals per game, so that's something that they really rely on to be able to continue their success, as Fairmont's there with 6 just right behind them.
Absolutely, Nolan. They really do rely on the steals and getting plays going in transition with fast break looks. We saw that a lot last year with some of the freshmen that were playing for the Vulcans coming in off the bench, such as Lauren Bennett. And it's been really interesting to see this Vulcans team step up after losing some of the players they lost last season. And it's been, honestly though, it's been a great experience starting off the year 3-0. Huge win against Virginia Union. And both teams break their huddles now, and Jasper is going into the baseline to receive the inbound play. Jasper inbounds it to Shauna Harrison, who gets it wrestled right out of her arms by number 2, Cameron Weimer of Fairmont State. And Weimer continues to work it up the court, passes it back to Sierra Kochman. And Kochman is back near the three-point line, passes it back over to Weimer. Weimer trying to find a play. Double team established there by Burns and Harrison. There's a wide open attempt there for Fairmont State. That was number 11, Presley Tuttle, for the 3, and it is now 9-5 in favor of the Vulcans.
Yeah, great play there by Tuttle, just to find that wide opening and took advantage of the Vulcans defense there in that double team.
And here's Monica Burns putting up a 3, no good, rebounded by Kochman. And Fairmont State working it back up the court now. Back to Tuttle, no good. And rebound is grabbed by Brianna Allen, who passes it over to Jasper, and Jasper is working it up the court now, trying to get a play going. Tried looking for Harrison, was tipped out by number 10, Rachel Liscotti. Jasper works it back over to Burns now. Burns finds Nagatu inside. Nagatu attempts a layup, and it is no good. Here's Fairmont State once again trying to work up the court now, trying to get a play and get back on the board. That was number 10, Rachel Lascotti, with the layup for Fairmont State.
Yeah, the Vulcans struggling at the moment to find points here, as Fairmont State has just kind of came out and started firing shots around now, and now they're starting to go in. So interesting to see how the Vulcans adjust to this style of play.
Indeed. Vulcans are missing a couple shots there as Shauna Harrison misses another 3. Rebound picked up by number 23, Deja Martin, for Fairmont State. And here is a 3-ball by Cameron Weimer, and it is good. Fairmont State now takes the lead 10-9 with about 2.5 left to play in this first quarter.
Yeah, Fairmont just draining everything they're shooting at this time, and now that back-to-back 3s. So let's see what they can do as Bianca Jasper takes one more 3 again. That hits it wide and long.
3 missed by Jasper, rebounded by Fairmont State's number 11, Presley Tuttle, who takes up the court, passes it to Kochman. No good by Kochman. Rebound grabbed by number 30, Sidiana Nagatu. Passes it over to Jasper, who works it up the court, finds an opening. Wide open layup for Jasper, and it is now 11-10 in favor of the Vulcans.
Jasper just using that skill as point guard, scouting everything out and finding a wide opening, so she takes it herself.
Yeah, plus I feel like everything fell apart a bit as Tuttle attempts another layup. No good. Rebound grabbed by Nagatu again. Passes it up to Jasper. Jasper working it up the court now, passes it to Shauna Harrison for a 3-ball, and it is now 14-0 in favor of the Vulcans.
You know, the Vulcans just taking everything they can get, and if that 3's open, why not shoot it? They're a 3 team now.
Yeah, honestly, I think this team's motto now has to be shoot your shot, because they've really been firing from deep so far this season, as there's going to be a foul called on Brianna Allen. It's going to be a hand check. And we have a series of substitutions coming here for the Vulcans.
There we see both Lauren Bennett and I believe Olivia Hudson enter this match.
That's right. Cannot forget about Olivia Hudson. Great effort Wednesday night against Virginia Union. She had 17 points off the bench as a freshman. as Fairmont State is working again here. Tuttle passing it over to one of her teammates, Taylor DePlaga, shoots it for a 3, and now it is 14-13.
Yeah, and that Taylor DePlaga, number 0 for Fairmont State, just entered this match as well. So right off the bench, getting some points.
That's right. And Jasper there with a jumper, and it goes. Vulcans lead by 3 here with about a minute to go left in this first quarter. Fairmont State working now. Sierra Kochman with the ball. Takes a step back 3, and it is good. Tied at 16 all with about 35 seconds left here in this first quarter, Nolan.
Yeah, lots of threes going on here, Doug. And now we know why the percentages are so high, because both teams are shooting threes and both teams are making threes.
Absolutely. It has been crazy with the amount of threes that have been shot so far this evening, as Jasper passes it over to Burns, who attempts that shot once again from the NCAA logo. No good. Hudson works it back into Bennett, and it looks like there's going to be a foul here on Fairmont State.
Yeah, great work there by Monica Burns to get in, and then Sierra Kochman just didn't have a lot of time there, so had to foul her. So great play there by Burns to try to get that rebound.
Jasper works it into Hudson. Hudson works it back to Jasper, who is setting it up for the last shot of the quarter. And that'll be it for the first quarter of play here. California and Fairmont State deadlocked at 16 apiece. We're going to take a quick commercial break here. You're watching and listening to Vulcan's women's basketball here on CUTV Sports 1 and the Vulcan Sports Radio Network. Welcome back here. Doug Glackey alongside Nolan Beislein here for Vulcan's women's basketball. And Nolan, through one quarter of play, it's been very back and forth, currently tied 16 all. Quite a bit of threes being shot here by both sides. Yeah, quite a bit of threes, as you said, Doug, and 17 so far. But Fairmont State's leading that category, 4 for 7 so far, so 57%. Well, Cowie's only 2 for 10, so Cowie's going to look to improve on that here in the second quarter. That's right, as number 2, Cameron Weimer works it into Sierra Kochman. Kochman passes it over to her teammate Brooke Kurtz, who has the ball go out of bounds off of a Vulcan. I believe it was off of number 14, Olivia Hudson, and Fairmont State will regain possession. Gets worked right back into Sierra Kochman, who attempts a three-pointer, and it goes 19-16 now in favor of Fairmont State. Fairmont State firing away and taking advantage. Jasper was working it up the court there and was fouled by number 0, Taylor DePlaga. It was a hand check, her first foul of the evening. And DJ Hahn has just subbed in for Shauna Harrison. As Jasper works it into Burns. Burns works it back to Jasper. Jasper works it over to Olivia Hudson, who finds Monica Burns inside. Burns fighting for that positioning, puts up a shot attempt and is fouled and will go to the line for 2. Yeah, once again, Monica Burns just fighting in there more than Taylor DePlaga just didn't have much to do. So when Monica gets sent to the line, and most of the time she's good here, Doug, so should be able to catch up here. That's right, we shall see. First shot goes, nothing but net there for Monica Burns. Second shot goes as well. 19-18 in favor of Fairmont State here, as Cameron Weimer works it into Sierra Kochman. Kochman back to Weimer, over to Kurtz. finds number 10, Rachel Lascotti, inside. She puts it up for a shot, and it goes 21-18 in favor of Fairmont State now. Jasper working it back up the court, finds a bit of a double team action here. Works her way out of that, trying to find something going here offensively as she takes it inside for a jumper. No good. Going to be a foul here on the Vulcans.
Yeah, I didn't catch what that foul was other than that was on Lauren Bennett. Don't know if it was an interference of some sort.
I believe it was an over-the-back foul on Lauren Bennett as Fairmont State regains possession. Jasper almost taking the ball out of a Fairmont State player's hands, and that will go for a jump ball, and the possession arrow favors California. Bennett inbounds it to Jasper, who is going to take her time up the court here and let the offense develop. Jasper passes it over to Burns. Burns working inside. Puts up a shot attempt that goes out. California regains possession.
And I thought that was a foul there. First, the way that looked as though she got hit, I figured it was going to be a foul call, but the ref saw otherwise.
She was most definitely trying to draw one there as Jasper takes it around the court now. Back around midcourt, trying to find something on offense. Jasper attempts a layup, which is no good. Rebound grabbed by number 3, Brooke Kurtz. Kurtz working it back up the court now for Fairmont State, who she passes it over to Weimer, who passes it over to Kochman, and there will be a foul on DJ Hahn.
Yeah, and actually, Olivia Hudson there. It looked like both of them, but Hudson came away with it.
Yeah, my eyes did deceive me a bit there. My apologies. As Fairmont State regains possession, here's Kochman finding Presley Tuttle. 3 no good. Rebounded by Lascotti, who just puts it right back up there for the easy layup. 23-18 Fairmont State here. As Jasper works it back up the court here. DJ Hahn with a shot attempt, rebounded by Fairmont State's number 2, Cameron Weimer. Shot up for Lascotti is no good. Rebounded by Kurtz. Puts it back up, and the shot is good. 25-18 Fairmont State here with about 7:12 left to play in the second quarter.
And Callie at the moment is struggling to get points there made by Bianca Jasper, but just Fairmont State's coming out with a fast pace and just shooting whatever they can right now.
Yeah, they really are trying to throw the Vulcans off kilter here a bit. As shot goes for Cameron Weimer, 27-20 now in favor of Fairmont State. Jasper working it back up the court now, trying to find some space, trying to find a play, passes it over to Monica Burns, gets the and one play from the free throw line, and she will go to the line for one shot.
Yes. See a round of subs here is Gina Valacorso, Brianna Allen, and Shauna Harrison all enter for the Vulcans. So a little bit of a line change there, pretty much, as you would say.
Yeah, just a bit of a change here as the one shot attempt is here from Monica Burns, and it goes 27-23 now. Fairmont State, California cutting the lead to 4. Fairmont State now, here's number 11, Presley Tuttle, getting gobbled up by good defense there by Shauna Harrison. Pass out to number 2, Cameron Weimer, 3 no good, rebounded by Burns.
And Burns using her speed there to break out of the zone, but always need to hold up for a second just to get everything reset again.
That's right, got to take your time. Burns works it over to Jasper, worked it over to Harrison, and now there's going to be a foul called here, I believe, on Fairmont State.
Yeah, I believe that was number 23, Jaja Martin. Monica Burns tried to push through there and just, once again, another hold. So using her speed to an advantage.
That's right. As here's Bianca Jasper now with the ball, works it over to Brianna Allen. Allen worked it over to Burns for for an attempted three. Rebounded by Harrison. Harrison works it to Valacorsa. And Valacorsa draws a jump ball.
Yeah, I mean, actually there's a hold there. Thanks to our director, Gary Smith, for catching that one out. But it was an attempt at, a jump ball, even though it still would have been Fairmont's ball. And maybe it was a jump ball, but
it actually was a jump ball there, but Fairmont State is working it up the court now. Here's Cameron Weimer once again. 29-23 now, Fairmont State with the lead with 5.5 left to go in this first half.
Fairmont State just doing everything correct here early. The Vulcans just need to execute baskets such as those right there, but a great steal there right by Brianna Allen. There we go.
Brianna Allen with the steal. That is right, Nolan. Puts the shot back up, gets fouled. She's going to go to the line for two.
Brianna Allen at the line. 2 shots.
Not really sure who the foul was on. Looks like it was on number 14, Sierra Kochman for Fairmont State, as Allen's first shot of the game is good. Second free throw is good as well, and it is now 29-25 here in favor of Fairmont State with 5 minutes left to go in the first half. Here's Kochman now for Fairmont. Shot up, no good, rebounded by Gina Valacorsa, who works it up to Jasper. Jasper back over to Valacorsa, and Valacorsa looked to take a bit of a walk there, going to be a travel. And we have now reached immediate timeout. So we're going to take a quick commercial break here, but don't go anywhere. You're watching Vulcans basketball here with Fairmont up 29-25 with 4:53 left to play. You're watching women's basketball here on CUTV Sports 1, listening on the Vulcan Sports Radio Network, and watching on the PSAC Network.
Colin, what's wrong, man?
I just don't know how my family back home in Millersburg, Pennsylvania can watch our stuff down here.
Well, they could follow us on Twitter, or they could like us on Facebook.
Yeah, but what about our sports? How can they watch those?
They could watch it live on our YouTube channel.
Thanks, man.
You're welcome.
Welcome back here to California women's basketball here on CUTV Sports 1. I'm Doug Glackey, and alongside me is Nolan Beislein, as the Vulcans are now down by 4 here, 29-25 with about 4:50 left to play. Here's Sierra Kochman of Fairmont State working it up the court now. Passes it back to her teammate Cameron Weimer, who puts the shot up, and it is good. And Fairmont State is now up 31-25 with 4.5 left to play.
Yeah, Fairmont just firing on all cylinders and just making everything work for them so far. Vulcan's just a little bit in a hole at the moment.
Looks like there was a steal there for Fairmont State. Kochman now running the point for Fairmont, as passes it over to one of her teammates, number 42, Erin Danick, as there was a foul on Fairmont State. Charge, offensive foul for Fairmont State. California is going to take it the other way here as Valacorsa inbounds it to Jasper. And Jasper's going to take her time getting up the court here. And another offensive foul, this time on Gina Valacorsa, as a Fairmont player looked to take some contact and fell over and drew the offensive foul.
Yeah, that was interesting, saying that the ball wasn't even down there yet. I wasn't even paying attention to that yet, so I couldn't have told you what exactly happened there, Doug.
Yeah, I saw it happening, and it just, right as the girl hit the floor, it was a no-doubter. As there's a shot attempt by Fairmont State is no good. Rebound by Valacorsa, who works up to Jasper. Jasper passes it back to Valacorsa. Valacorsa for 3, no good. Rebounded by Brianna Allen. Allen with a putback shot, and it is good. 27-31 now. California down by 4, Nolan.
Yeah, great work there by Brianna Allen to work back into that defender and make her work for, try to block it, but great play there by Allen to get 2 points.
That's right, and here's Kochman now trying to find an opening here on Fairmont State's offense. Worked back to number 2, Cameron Weimer. Shot no good. Rebound by Danik. Put back is good, and Fairmont State now up 33-27. Here's Monica Burns now with a shot attempt, no good. Rebound by Brianna Allen. Looked like there might have been some contact there, but shot is no good for Allen. It is rebound by Erin Danik of Fairmont State, who passes it to Sierra Kochman. Kochman works it over to one of her teammates, and pass is intercepted by Brianna Allen, who passes it over to Jasper. Fast break play here. Layup is good for Bianca Jasper, and one.
A great play there from the start from Brianna Allen just to get the steal and give it right off to Bianca Jasper, and she just used her speed. The defender thought maybe she was going to use Gina Vallacorsa, but no, kept it for herself, drove the foul, and going for 3 points here in this play.
That's right, and here is Bianca Jasper at the free throw line. Shot is good. 33-30 now in favor of Fairmont State with about 2:25 left to play in this second quarter. Here's Fairmont State now. Here's Kochman. Actually, rather, that is number 24, Gracie Lamb, working inside. Presley Tuttle putting up a shot, and it is good. 35-30 now in favor of Fairmont State.
And KU was getting beat by a defender trying to catch up. Pump fake and then just going with it is Fairmont. So Fairmont taking advantage early on here.
That's right, and here's Bianca Jasper working it back to Olivia Hudson for 3, and it is good. 35-33 now with about a minute 40 left to go in this first half of action. And now here is Fairmont State getting a bit overwhelmed on defense by Monica Burns, and that's going to force a timeout here for Fairmont State.
Yeah, back to that Olivia Hudson play, just using that wide open and making sure that she had the right, handling everything on the play, Doug, and was able to commit to it and drain it. And that's what you need if you're a player wide open.
And here we are with the PSAC West preseason poll. You see IUP at number 1 there, and California taking that 2 spot. Pretty interesting to see California back in that 2 spot after losing some of the seniors they have lost, but I see why they are ranked number 2 now. Is 3 games into the season, they've played absolutely phenomenal, Nolan.
Yeah, 3 games into the season, as you said, Doug, and IUP's always most likely going to be up top, but we saw them last season. We saw how close the battle was. I can only imagine this season. And then we see there the former players for KU, Stephanie Anderson and Mickey Glenn.
Absolutely, shout out to them, doing great things here for this Fairmont State basketball program. As here's a 3 attempt, no good for number 2, Cameron Weimer. And there is a foul here by Erin Danik. That's her second foul of this evening. And Shauna Harrison is going to go to the line here for 2 shots, as California is now in the bonus. First shot no good by Harrison. Here is the second shot coming, and that one is good. 35-34 here with 1:17 left to play in this first half. Here's Monica Burns now, working it up the court after a rebound by Brianna Allen. Burns using her speed here, trying to get some separation. Layup it goes. 36-35 now in favor of the Vulcans with about 50 seconds left here in this second quarter.
And Monica Burns just using that mentality of her move around and the quick feet, just to be constant moving, and that's what gives the Vulcans the lead here now, as just out of reach of Brianna Allen.
Shot no good by Fairmont State. Rebound grab by Olivia Hudson, who tried forcing it up court for a fast break attempt by Brianna Allen, but the ball rolls out of bounds and Fairmont State will regain possession as number 24, Gracie Lamb, working here for Fairmont State. There's 15 seconds left on the shot clock and 19 seconds left on the game clock here, and Fairmont State is just working for that shot, trying to set something up. Shot is good by number 3, Brooke Kurtz. 38-36 now in favor of Fairmont State. Shot is no good by Jasper, and we're going to go into halftime here with Fairmont State up 38-36.
Yeah, I mean, great battle between both teams here. Only down by 2 early, but just need to make sure to stay almost man-to-man, Doug. Well, oftentimes we saw throughout this game that there were some wide open Fairmont players, and for Fairmont defending Cal, wide open Cal players as well. So just making sure to eliminate that is probably my only key of the game so far.
I totally agree. They just need to tighten up a bit on defense and continue what they're doing on offense. As we're going to step aside here, we'll be back in a little bit. You're listening to and watching California women's basketball here on CUTV Sports 1, the Vulcan Sports Radio Network, and the PSAC Network.
I'll never forget the day our landlord called and said, "Read your lease. No pets allowed." My owner tells him my dog ate the lease, but that didn't work. And now I'm stuck in a shelter. But this pit bull is ready for a new crib. I'm loving, loyal, and play well with others. So don't be intimidated by all my muscles, because the biggest one I have is my heart. That's right, I said it.
Consider the future. Your future. At California University of Pennsylvania, you can build your life your way because we believe in you. We invest in you, empower you to create the future you envision. We give you the tools and teaching so you can rise up and achieve. Don't settle for someone else's vision of you. Build you at CalU. Visit us at calu.edu.
Welcome back here to California women's basketball here. I'm Doug Glacky, and alongside me is Nolan Beislein. And Nolan, we are coming into the second half here with Fairmont State leading California 38-36.
Yeah, Fairmont State just came out kind of firing threes as we look at the halftime stats here. Cal U 12 for 36 from the field goal range, while Fairmont State is 16 from 34. Their three-pointers have really been the key factor here, as Cal U is only 3 for 14 as Fairmont is 6 for 14. But Cal U from the free throw line is 9 for 10, while Fairmont is 0 for 0. So, and then Cal U up there at the top with 25 rebounds as well, Doug. So rebounding isn't our issue, or free throws. Pretty much just trying to get more threes to fall, and that's what you saw a lot against Virginia Union as well.
Yes, and obviously the big storyline is California is keeping Fairmont State away from the charity stripe, and that's really been helping them thus far because, yes, they've been shooting poorly from three, but they've been playing good, sound defense and not really committing a lot of fouls and not giving up those free points whenever they make a mistake like that.
Correct. I mean, that didn't let them really get to the line at all, which I guess they didn't, saying that they're 0 for 0.
Yeah, exactly. They didn't get to the line at all.
Being able to have that strong defense, I mean, sure, they've given up some key threes in there, but they had the lead with about 45 seconds left. Fairmont just came down and scored one there with about 10.
Right.
But
and we're going to get started into the action here as Sidiana Nagatu inbounds it to Bianca Jasper. Brianna Allen now working inside. Layup goes. Now deadlocked at 38 here.
2 points.
Great use by Allen there, just pushing forward, making sure she didn't draw a charge there same time, but just looked as though the ref was going to call, but they did not.
That's right. And that same thing happens on the opposite end of the court now as number 3, Brooke Kurtz, hits a layup after Monica Burns tries drawing a charge. Jasper now passes to Allen with the floater, and it is once again tied at 40.
Yeah, Jasper just looking for an option and finding Allen wide open there, and you know, if there's nobody on you, you're most likely going to hit it, and great use there by Allen to just put that one up.
That's right. Here's Gracie Lamb passing it out to number 3, Brooke Kurtz. And here is a layup attempt by Weimer, and it is good. 42-40 Fairmont State now. Jasper working it up the court now for the Vulcans. Passes it over to Allen. Allen working through a bit of a double team, finds Harrison. Harrison finds Nagatu. Over to Jasper, finds Monica Burns in the corner for a Vulcans three-pointer. 43-42 now.
Yeah, great ball movement all around by the Vulcans and just finding Monica Burns there in the corner.
And here is another three-pointer for Fairmont State as Kochman hits one from the corner. 45-43 now in favor of Fairmont State. Here's Jasper now. Passes it over to Nagatu. Nagatu over to Harrison, who attempts a three-pointer, and it is good. 46-45 now. California leads over Fairmont State with just under 8 minutes left to play.
It was crazy amount, great defense there by Allen, but crazy amount of threes, Doug, all over the court. I think it's insane to see how many threes. It's like an all-star competition.
Honestly, it is. Lots of threes as Jasper passes it over to Allen. Allen for the layup is good. 48-45 now in favor of California.
Yeah, Allen just using that speed to be able to push through and just shows her strength and ability just to want to work towards the basket and try to draw that foul there on Fairmont.
That's right. She certainly has been doing well working inside this evening. As there's a tipped pass by Shauna Harrison. Harrison thought she came up with the steal. Gets it stolen off of her by Kochman of Fairmont State. Kochman passes it over to one of her teammates who attempts a three, and it is no good. And Monica Burns gets fouled there, going up for the rebound.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great attempt there by Harrison to try to get out of that one. Got to it, but just started sliding on the court then, almost like it was snowing out there, and just couldn't control it. So that was great ability, but then they were able to get the rebound there, and Burns is fouled.
Right.
So
her ability to draw fouls is fantastic as Nagatu inbounds it to Jasper. And here's Jasper now trying to find an opening on offense. Burns and Nagatu side by side now, and they break free as Bianca Jasper attempts a jumper. It is no good. Rebounded by Kochman. Kochman taking it up the court now. Working it inside. Puts a shot up over Jasper. It is no good. Tipped by Jasper. Rebounded by Brianna Allen, who loses control of it. Back over to Kochman now. And looks like it is going to be a block now called on Sidiana Nagatu.
Yeah, Nagatu just trying to use her body to try to draw a charge, but you could see her running over there. And from our vantage point up here, Doug, I think we knew that was going to be a block.
Absolutely. That's the risk you take, though, trying to take the charge. As it is inbounded now to Gracie Lamb. Lamb finds one of her teammates inside. Layup is good for Lascotti. Now Fairmont State is down by 1. 48-47 here. About 6 minutes left in the third quarter. Monica Burns ball handling now. Burns trying to get something going, and Burns is fouled and will go to the line for 2 shots.
Yeah, great ability there by Burns, noticing that, if there's nothing going, may as well try to drive to the hoop, try to draw the foul, and she's able to. And it's just one of her key strengths.
I agree. That's one of the things that she's good at, that is for certain. And here's Monica Burns, like we said, coming to the line for 2 shots. First shot is no good, goes in and out around the rim. Here is her second attempt incoming. And that shot is good. 49-47 now in favor of California, with 6 minutes left to go here in this third quarter. Lauren Bennett playing great defense there. Grabs the steal. And here's Bennett trying to go in transition, passes it over to Nagatu. Nagatu working inside, trying to get the layup, and she is fouled.
Yeah, great defense there by Lauren Bennett, and that's something that one of her specialties that Coach Strom relies on. If they're struggling maybe on defense, bring in Bennett, and she's just able to step up, and we saw it there with the steal, and then be able to draw the foul for Nagatu.
Absolutely, and here's Sidiana Nagatu's first free throw shot attempt, and it is no good. Second one will be upcoming here, but I totally agree with what you said about Lauren Bennett. She's basically become some sort of a defensive specialist here for the Vulcans, as Nagatu's second shot is good. 50-47 now in favor of California. Here's Kochman working it up the court now for Fairmont State. Some what looked like good defense there by Brianna Allen, but she's going to be called for a reach-in. That is Brianna Allen's second foul of the game.
And something before this, Doug, whenever Monica Burns was taking free throws, I was trying to look up the stat. How the Vulcans were 9-10 coming in for free throws overall. Monica Burns was 3 for 3 and now 4 for 5. So great to see that she has a large contribution towards this Vulcan team as well on the free throw line.
Absolutely. As Kochman was ball handling there, seemed to have fallen over. Looked like California was able to get the steal, but it ended up rolling out of bounds. And Fairmont State will regain possession here with DePlaga working inside, passes it to her teammate, number 2, Weimer. Shot no good, rebounded by Bennett. Bennett works it over to Jasper. Jasper now trying to work on this Fairmont State defense, works it over to Allen. Allen finds Nagatu inside. Lauren Bennett just inside of the 2-point line, and that shot's going to go. 52-47 now in favor of the Vulcans with about 5 left to play here in this third quarter, Nolan.
Yeah, Bennett just taking advantage and using that wide opening that she found.
Bit of a defensive lapse there by California as Kochman was found for a wide open 3 in the corner. 52-50 now. And here's Jasper trying to work through the Fairmont State defense. Works it inside, goes outside to Nagatu, who tries to go inside herself. Looked like there might have been a bit of a reach there, but a no call. Monica Burns trying for the no-look pass to Lauren Bennett. Was tipped by a Fairmont State player, and it has rolled out of bounds. Going to be a media timeout. And we're going to step aside here with 4:23 left to play. California leads Fairmont State 52-50. You're watching and listening to California women's basketball here on CUTV Sports 1, the PSAC Network, and the Vulcan Sports Radio Network.
Colin, what's wrong, man?
I just don't know how my family back home in Millersburg, Pennsylvania can watch our stuff down here.
Well, they could follow us on Twitter, or they could like us on Facebook.
Yeah, but what about our sports? How can they watch those?
They could watch it live on our YouTube channel.
Thanks, man.
You're welcome.
Welcome back here. Doug Glackey alongside Nolan Beislein for California women's basketball. Score currently 52-50 now in favor of California as Fairmont State works it up the court. Kochman passes it to DePlaga. DePlaga getting some great defense here by Brianna Allen. And here is Kochman for a wide open three, no good, rebounded by Allen. Allen works it over to Nagatu. Nagatu over to Burns, who works it inside for the wide open layup, and it is now 54-50. Fast break attempt here by Fairmont State, and there will be a foul here on California.
Yeah, that was a foul there on Bennett, but just trying to use her good defense there to be able to stop her from scoring, but still cause the foul. That's just a risky play whenever you're taking a shot like that.
It's one of those necessary fouls as the first shot is no good here for Rachel Lascotti. Here's her second shot attempt, and it is good. 54-51 now. California leads over Fairmont State as Jasper works up the court. Jasper finds Monica Burns. Burns looking for a play. Step back three by Burns, no good, rebounded by Allen. And here is Brianna Allen working it outside, trying to find one of her teammates open. Takes it up herself for a layup attempt, and it is no good, rebounded by Weimer. Falcons working up the court now. Weimer over to her teammate Tuttle, who puts it up for a layup, and it is now 54-53 in favor of the Vulcans with about 3 minutes left to play in this one, in this third quarter rather, as Jasper continues to work here. Passes it over to Nagatu. Jasper gets the ball back and is fouled on a layup attempt. And actually, pardon me, that was a foul.
And actually, it wasn't a foul, it was a block.
Okay.
As that was Rachel Lakoski that was able to get to that one, so using her height as an advantage there. Jasper's shot attempt is no good. Rebounded by Weimer. Weimer working it up the court now for the Falcons. Weimer over to Kochman. Kochman working inside. Jumper, no good. Rebounded by Lascotti. And looks like there is a foul here on Monica Burns. It's going to be her second foul of the game and the team's fourth of this quarter. And a bit of a defensive breakdown there for California as Cameron Weimer is able to get a wide open layup. 55-54 now in favor of the Falcons. Jasper working it inside now. Jasper finds Gina Valacorsa. Valacorsa to Bennett, inside to Hudson. Valacorsa three, no good. Rebounded by Kochman of the Falcons. Kochman working it back up the court now for the Falcons. Finds her teammate, DePlaga.
Shot is no good. Fast break attempt here for Lauren Bennett. Shot is good, and she's fouled on the play. And we have an and one attempt here, Nolan.
Yeah, great run there from Lauren Bennett, just using her speed to make sure she could get up, and not much Kochman could have did there for the Hawks, as just had to be fouled there. Couldn't think of their team name there for a second.
Lauren Bennett's free throw attempt is good. California now with a 57-55 lead over the Fairmont State Falcons.
I meant to say Falcon, not Hawks. Same bird.
Weimer now for the Falcons. Contested by Hudson, finds Kochman outside for a wide open three, and it is good. 58-57 now. Fairmont State takes the lead as Jasper works it up the court now for California.
Yeah, Kochman just using her three-point ability as Burns does the same thing, and Burns knocks one down right back at the other end.
Oh my goodness, what a shot from Monica Burns. Almost over by the NCAA logo, showing off great range on that three ball. And it looks like it's going to be a foul on the other end here on California. And number 3, Brooke Kurtz, is going to go to the line with an opportunity to tie it up here for the Falcons.
And that first half, we're going to see lots of fouls here by California, but now the second half almost need to, because Falcons are now starting to drive more in that inside paint.
And that's the thing. I feel like that might be the way to beat California, is if you work inside, so that's the reason for a good bit of the fouls. But Kurt's first shot is good, and her second shot is also good. We're tied up here, 60-60, with 55.4 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Jasper working it up the court now. Jasper finds Harrison. Harrison working inside for the Vulcans. Layup attempt no good, rebounded by Hudson, who puts it back up, no good as well. Harrison trying to fight for the rebound, but it is out of bounds off the hands of Shauna Harrison, and the Falcons will regain possession here with 35 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Kochman taking her time on this one, just waiting for something to develop, trying to get a shot off here. There is a 7-second difference between the shot and the game clock, as Kochman is still dribbling. Works it inside on Lauren Bennett, and the layup goes for Kochman, 62-60, with about 6 seconds left in the third quarter. Jasper now going inside, trying for a layup. Layup is no good, but Jasper is fouled on the play, and there will be 2 shots.
Yeah, great to see. Jasper pretty much just said, you're going to go down and run the clock. I'll just come back down and try to take a foul. Now trying to tie this one back up going into the fourth quarter, which should be a fun one.
Absolutely. And here's Bianca Jasper at the line now. First shot is good. Second shot attempt now coming from Bianca Jasper. Second shot goes as well, and we are tied up at 62-62 here as Fairmont State takes one last shot. It is no good. We've reached the end of the third quarter here with the Vulcans and Falcons tied up at 62 apiece. You're watching or listening to Vulcans women's basketball here on CUTV Sports 1, the Vulcan Sports Radio Network, and the PSAC Network.
Have you seen the new Cal U Vulcan logo around? Have you wondered where to get gear featuring it? Then go to calvulcans.com and click shop. Log on and browse a full selection of men's shirts, women's shirts, pullovers, hoodies, and more. All items feature customization with the new Cal U Vulcan logo and wordmark. The site also features a full selection of hats, tailgating items, and accessories. Don't be the last person to sport new Cal U Vulcan gear. Go to calvulcans.com today.
Welcome back, everybody, for the start of the fourth quarter here. Tied 62 apiece here between California and Fairmont State. I'm Doug Glackey, and alongside me is Nolan Beislein. And Nolan, real quickly here, what do the Vulcans need to improve on to try and close this one out with a victory.
Yeah, I think overall just trying to finish out strong defense. 10 minutes left, just making sure you can stay man-to-man and not leave anybody wide open, because that's really where the Falcons have taken advantage. Wide openings throughout the entire court. As seems as though just Sierra Kochman just seems to know where the wide open spot is every time and almost drains the three.
Couldn't agree more, Nolan. Couldn't say it better myself. As Kochman now for a 3-ball. No good. Rebounded by Burns. Burns working it up the court now for California. Burns over to Jasper. Over to Harrison. Finds Olivia Hudson for a 3. And it goes 65-62 now in favor of the Vulcans, Nolan.
Yeah, great play there by Hudson. Kochman on the other side, as I was just trying to finish the point really quick. 5 for 9 from the three-point line as well, so crazy to see how much they rely on her.
That is true, Nolan. Rebound by Olivia Hudson, working it up to Jasper now. Jasper making her way up the court, getting ready to run the offense. Jasper trying to work it inside now. Finds Brianna Allen wide open on the back door. 67-62 now in favor of the Vulcans.
Yeah, Brianna Allen just having an extremely good game out here. Just seemed to be all over. Great defense. She, so far in my mind, one of the best players, if not the best player of the game for the Vulcans.
Kochman's shot falls for Fairmont State. 67-64 now in favor of California. Looked like a bit of a miscommunication play there by Bianca Jasper. Ball went out of bounds, but looks like California will retain possession.
Yeah, that one caught Kochman on the foot, and I think she kicked it out. So the Vulcans get the ball back, but then Fairmont gets it right back.
That's right. Jasper trying to work it up high for Harrison. Gets stolen away. 3-ball here by DePlaga is no good. Rebounded by Burns. Burns working it up the court now. Looking to take it herself. Works it outside to Jasper, who attempts a 3. No good. Rebound by Lascotti of the Falcons. Works it up to Kochman. Kochman now. 3-ball. No good. Rebound by Hudson. Stolen right away by Lascotti. Lascotti puts up a layup, and it goes 67-66 here now. Vulcans only up by 1, Nolan.
Yeah, Vulcans just keeping on the grind and just scoring every attempt they can.
That's right. And here's Bianca Jasper inside. Layup goes 69-66 now as Kochman works it up the court now for the Falcons. Kochman waiting for things to develop. Stolen right away by Bianca Jasper. Bianca Jasper, fast break layup is good. 71-66 now in favor of the Vulcans.
Yeah, and Sierra Kochman can't afford either to take many fouls. Already had 3 fouls so far in this game, so takes too many. Still 7 minutes left in this one. She could be in foul trouble.
She is a huge part of this Falcons team, as that ball is tipped out of bounds by Olivia Hudson, and the Falcons will retain possession. Kochman works it over to DePlaga. DePlaga works it over to Weimer, and a 3 attempt by Tuttle is no good. Rebound by Brianna Allen, who passes it over to Bianca Jasper. And Jasper's working it up the court now, taking her time on this one. Jasper works it inside, finds Brianna Allen, attempts a layup and is fouled on the play. Brianna Allen's going to go to the line for 2, Nolan.
And once again, Allen working hard down low, just fighting for every bit of piece there, or every bit of the net, and just got it. And now we'll see her shoot the 2 foul shots.
That's right, and something to keep in mind here is Rachel Lascotti has 4 fouls this evening for the Falcons, as Brianna Allen's first free throw goes, and it is 72-66 now. Here's Allen's second free throw attempt, and it is good as well. 73-66 now in favor of California. Here's Kochman working it up the court for the Falcons. Kochman challenged by Shauna Harrison. Kochman puts up a shot. It is no good. Rebounded by Burns. Burns working it up the court now for California. Going to pause and wait for her teammates to catch up as she passes it back to Jasper, who is going to let the things develop here a little bit. Jasper working here, works it inside, passes it over to Brianna Allen, who puts up a layup, and it is no good. Rebounded by number 23, Deja Martin of the Falcons, and here's Kochman now. Kochman trying to pass, find one of her teammates cross court, picked off by Shauna Harrison, who passes it over to Burns. Burns now trying to penetrate. Gets it, goes outside to Bianca Jasper. Jasper's going to take her time here. 5.5 left to play in this one. 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Bianca Jasper's layup is no good. Rebounded by Kochman of the Falcons. Kochman now finds her teammate Tuttle, who takes a bit of a walk. Going to be a traveling violation on the Falcons.
Yeah, travel there in Falcons, but I think this Vulcan team has really recognized what the Falcons are trying to do now and have really locked down their defense here in the fourth quarter, and just nothing going for the Falcons really now. I mean, once in a while they'll hit a 3 or get 2 points down low, but just overall not scoring on every drive now is what they were in the first.
California is coming in with their foot on the gas, that is for certain, as Monica Burns' layup is good. 75-66 now with 5:05 left to play. Shot attempt by Fairmont State is good. That was Weimer. 75-68 now in favor of the Vulcans. Jasper working it up the court now, trying to find an opening. Contested a bit there. Finds Brianna Allen, who shoots it from just over the PSAC sign, and it is good. 77-68 now. California up by 9 with 4.5 left to play.
A great offense all around, and Brianna Allen already at 16 points here so far throughout this game.
Been a great game for her, as we're going to have a media timeout here. We're going to step aside for a moment, but don't go anywhere. You're watching and listening to Vulcan Women's Basketball here on CUTV Sports 1, Vulcan Sports Radio Network, and the PSAC Network.
Consider the future. Your future. At California University of Pennsylvania, you can build your life your way because we believe in you. We invest in you, empower you to create the future you envision. We give you the tools and teaching so you can rise up and achieve. Don't settle for someone else's vision of you. Build you at CalU. Visit us at calu.edu.
Welcome back here to California Women's Basketball. I'm Doug Glackey, and alongside me is Nolan Beislein. And Nolan, Vulcan's up by 9 here, starting to pull away with 4.5 left to go in this one.
Yeah, the Vulcan's really pulling away here, and just seems as though it's been a quiet night for Monica Burns, but really hasn't. 23 points already throughout this game. Bianca Jasper, 17, and Brianna Allen, 16, so almost 2 players close to 20. I'm sure they can get to 20 before this one's over. Great performance by those 3.
Yeah, it certainly has been a great performance this evening for those 3 individuals. Obviously had 4 players in double digits the other night against Virginia Union, as Burns attempts a layup and it is no good. Rebounded by Duplaga of the Falcons, who works it over to Kochman. Kochman now works it outside to Duplaga. Shot goes. It's a 3 for Fairmont State. 77-71 now with 3:45 left to go in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, battle back and forth between these 2 teams. And the last time they met, Doug, it was only 67-61, so this one should be close all the way till the end.
Couldn't agree more with you there, Nolan. Always back and forth when these 2 teams meet, as Monica Burns is fouled there on her shot attempt. She's going to go to the line for 2 more shots. Here's Burns now with her first free throw attempt, and it is good. 78-71 now. Second free throw attempt is also good. 79-71 now with 3.5 left to play in this fourth quarter. Here's Fairmont State now trying to work it inside. Works it outside to Weimer. Shot, 3-ball is no good. Rebounded by California, and now Jasper is working up the court now. Jasper taking her time, trying to let things unfold. Monica Burns trying to break out inside. Jasper finds Olivia Hudson for a three-pointer. 82-71 now in favor of the Vulcans with 3 minutes left to play, Nolan.
Yeah, great play over there from the start from Jasper. It looked as though she was going to go to Burns, but no, she went to Hudson and just drained that three. And the
three by Kochman is no good, rebounded by Harrison. Here's Olivia Hudson wide open in transition. Layup is good. 84-71 now. 2:40 left to play in the fourth quarter.
And the Vulcans really piling it on here now, Doug, making sure that they get this win and make sure that it's out of the reach for Fairmont.
Here's a 3-ball by number 24, Gracie Lamb. The shot goes. 84-74 now. Vulcans up by 10 with 2.5, and there is a timeout called by Fairmont State.
Fairmont State, this is a media link timeout.
And if we look at the next game, Doug, don't want to get too far ahead, but Cal U takes on Central State of Ohio at this Tuesday at 5:30 p.m. So that should be a good one just as well.
I agree with you there, Nolan. Another one of those games that's going to be a test for the Vulcans has been really, these first couple of games, I think they scheduled it this way, having some very difficult opponents. And it's going to make them so much better once they get into conference play.
Yeah, the first 3 games of the season were all NCAA tournament-bound teams from last year. So starting off the season like that and going 3-0 against teams that could have gone either way, a great start for this Vulcans team, a great confidence booster as well.
Certainly was a bit of a statement-making first couple of days here for California in terms of who they were playing. I was on the call on the radio for the Virginia Union game, and that performance was just absolutely electric.
Yeah.
Absolutely unreal upset.
It was amazing watching it from down low. Sure, I wasn't on the call, but I was still here at the game doing some camera work. And just watching the emotion from the players, you could see it that they wanted it, and they made sure that they got it. Even though, they only won 82-80, they still won.
Still, a win is a win. You'll take them any way you can get them. As both teams have broken their huddles now, and Monica Burns gets ready to give the inbound to Bianca Jasper. Jasper now with a bit of a press look here for the Falcons. Jasper working through that press. Works it over to Burns. Burns working it over to Hudson now. Hudson trying to work inside, finds Jasper. Jasper working, trying to find a teammate or a play. Great play by Bianca Jasper. It was about 4 seconds left on the shot clock, and she made her move and got a wide open look for a layup.
Yeah, Jasper just using a little bit of a little skill move there to find the wide opening and took advantage of it.
Shot no good by Weimer, rebounded by Hudson. Back to Jasper. Jasper up court to Allen. Allen back to Jasper now. Jasper trying to work now, trying to obviously shed some clock here with 1.5 minutes left to play. Gets some separation, and the J goes for Bianca Jasper. 88-74 now with 1 minute and 15 seconds left in favor of the Vulcans.
Yeah, the Vulcans really put on that press start, and from the beginning of the fourth quarter till now, Doug, and the defense has just stepped up. It's once again another big stop there by Shauna Harrison.
That is a huge play by Harrison, and she just ripped it right out of the hands of Lascotti. Burns now for the Vulcans with 1 minute remaining in the fourth quarter. Was a backcourt violation. Pardon me, it was a carry by Monica Burns, and California will turn the ball over here with 51.4 left to play.
Yeah, Fairmont still in this one, still could hit some key threes, and that's what they're going to need at this point to get back into it.
Shot not even close for Lamb. Rebound by Jasper. Jasper working it up the court now. Being contested heavily by DePlaga. Really being shadowed there, as she's not allowing Bianca Jasper to really make a move. Jasper works it out to Burns, and the three goes. 91-74 now with 16 seconds left to play for the Vulcans.
Yeah, I think that was just that statement saying good night, Fairmont State.
We'll have to wait and see here as Sierra Kochman hits a three for Fairmont State. 91-77 now with 3 seconds left to play, and looks like Jasper's just going to hold this one, and the time will expire here, and it's another win for your Vulcans women's team. 91-77 over Fairmont State, now 4-0 on the season.
Yeah, great effort there by the Vulcans. It was close in the beginning, close almost to the end, and then the Vulcans pretty much with 5 minutes or so left just kind of took over, Doug, and just made sure that they could push through the rest of the way, and they did.
Was an absolutely fantastic effort this evening for the Vulcans women's team. For myself, Doug Glackey, Gary Smith, my partner Nolan Beislein, Tom Caton on camera, Peyton Trollinger, and Cole Miller on camera 3. I'm Doug Glackey. California wins this one 91-77, and good night, California. We'll see you again soon.